Hey guys, welcome back to the Record Room. I am, of course, your host, Tony Giles, TG, and it's been a minute. It's only been a week, but it feels like it's been forever since I recorded. So very happy to be with you once again back in the Record Room. And on today's episode, I'm going to talk about an album that I was not familiar with. Let's just say that, I'm hold my hands up. I don't know everything there is to know. I'm quite happy when someone turns me onto something good, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, the artist in question, Ethel Cain, was recommended to me by Ellie from Eclipse Records, and Eclipse is the record store I go to. So anytime Ellie recommends something to me, I usually do check it out. And while I was listening to the Ethel Cain album Perverts, which I believe is the latest album, her first album has been reissued on vinyl, which I just so happen to have a copy of here, and I'm going to talk about this album because it is incredible in so many different ways. This version here is the indie exclusive vinyl with a limited edition poster. Double LP, released on Daughters of Cain Records and pressed in the Czech Republic, so pressed probably at GZ, but I have to say, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Even through the shrink, I can feel that it has a textured cover. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Ethel Cain, well, buckle up. So this album here, Preacher's Daughter, this album tells a story. The way the album starts almost sounds a little Taylor Swiftish. Now, not pop Taylor Swift. I'm talking about Taylor Swift when she was more sort of country, a little bit folksy. It sounds more like that stuff. But as the album goes on, it gets darker and darker and darker. And at the very end, it is terrifying. It is fantastic, but such a departure from where it started. And now the reason for this is, and I had no clue, I was just listening to this album, but the reason is, it tells a story. This album tells a story that ultimately ends up with some cannibalism and some digestion. If you would like to know more about the Ethel Cain story, I recommend you go online and read the lore. I don't want to spoil it for anybody here. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about the music. And this album is superb. The story that goes along with it, once you know, it almost brings the album, I don't want to say it brings the album to life, but it gives it that extra edge. It gives it something like an added bonus. It didn't need it because this album is fantastic, but knowing the extra stuff is so cool. So we're going to bust this open right here, right now, and take a look at the indie exclusive version of Ethel Cain's Preacher's Daughter. Now, I believe this has been on vinyl before, but I believe it was super limited. Maybe a web shop exclusive, something along those lines. So when I saw this was getting a retail release, I had to say, well, I want me a copy of that, because I have listened to this album many times digitally, and I did think about, tracking down one of the, I don't know, the exclusive copies, but I have so many exclusive this and web shop that I thought, I could just stream it and wait for it to come out. And it hasn't even been that long. Has not been that long. But as I said, I could feel it through the shrink. This does have a very nice textured cover. We just slide that off like that, like magic. That is beautifully done. Beautifully done. It's even signed down in the bottom here. You won't be able to tell that, but it is signed down there. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous packaging. Wow, fantastic photograph as well. Here lies Ethel Cain. Preacher's Daughter was written between February 2018 and March 2022 across the Florida Panhandle and finished in southern Alabama. There is a very southern gothic vibe to parts of this album. In places, sounds a little bit Taylor Swift. Other places, sounds a little bit like Chelsea Wolfe. Sounds a little bit like Emma Ruth Rundle. Sounds a little bit like Marissa Nadler. I get so much from listening to this album. I cannot recommend it enough. I really cannot. So let's have a look here. I don't know if it says indie exclusive, but it doesn't say if it's on a colour. Now, it marks off already because it does not come in a polyline sleeve. However, it does come on black vinyl, so it's just under reprieve because you know me, you know how it loves me. Some black vinyl. There we go, that's disc 1. And let's have a look here. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at the poster because that seems to be the first thing that wants to come out. Oh, what have we got here? Missing stranger abduction, Ethel Cain. Ethel was last seen Saturday, January 13th at 3:15 a.m. being forced into a black short bed pickup truck in the old Winn-Dixie parking lot on Abram Street in Arlington, Texas. A witness said a white man kidnapped her. It all goes into the lore. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's so, so cool. And here we go, second disc. Even the center labels are cool on this thing. They are. I am very much looking forward to giving this one a clean. Now, if you're intrigued by anything I have said, or it sounds like you might be in the market for a copy of Preacher's Daughter, well, I recommend you can pick this up right now from Eclipse Records. They are online. There is a link down below so you can check it out. But if you like everything from Taylor Swift, Chapel Roan, all the way through to Chelsea Wolfe, Merker, you will absolutely adore this. There is some really heartfelt, folksy pop Americana, and there is some darkness, some real, real darkness. The closer towards the end of the album it gets, it's scary. It is scary, but I cannot recommend this album enough. Ethel Cain. This is out as of today. As of the recording of this video, I just picked my copy up, rushed home, and made this video. But you can stream it online, so if you'd like to try before you buy it, and I recommend you do so, definitely give it a go. Just so, so cool. So, so cool. Now I'm just waiting for the Perverts album to come out on vinyl as well, because that one is also pretty killer. That's it for this week's episode, or that's it for this episode. I don't know how many episodes there's going to be in a week. As you can see, I've clearly lost my mind. But as always, thank you for joining me right here on The Record Room. It is much appreciated. And for those of you out there that have not subscribed just yet, please consider doing so. It does help. So does leaving us a big thumbs up. But in the meantime, stay gold and spin those blackest circles.